So we are in the second class of this Katana lecture. So let me show you that the result first to recall this first session. So we have this simple color assigned to it this in our pony. So what if I want to take a texture in it? So to get a texture is a different workflow. So if I go to material stack here and click on this button and click on this pony material, you'll get this material, and click on this yellow triangle, you'll get this options. And here we have color. That is why you're getting this color. But if I say this thing in here in this triangle, that we don't have any kind of browse button. If a browse button is there, then only you can get a texture in it. So this workflow was to get only the color if you have the basic demo purpose. Now if I go to this RenderMan inside Maya, then if I click on this button, so this is the pixel surface shader, and here we have color. In color we have this option. If I click on this, you will have this list to get your texture files, but here you don't have that thing. So that means is what? That we have to do a different thing. So if this material stack or this material is not going to work in this workflow, so simply what we have to do, just we have to delete this. And now we have to think about the Maya software. How the Maya is creating the shaders. So once you have clicked this pixel surface, it is created, and automatically a pixel surface is also created, which is SG node. And without SG node, we know that nothing is existed as a material. So you have to have this SG node to apply anything to a surface. So we can see what connection we have here. So that means first we have to create this SG node. SG node is known as network material inside Katana. So network material is this, is the network material we have here. The name is different, but what I have to do, the same thing, that we have to add a terminal. Terminal means is what, that which parameter you want to have here. That is BXDF means is what the shader. Now here we have this thing, that network material is giving you this input connection. That means is what, that we have made this input connection RenderMan surface. And if it is not there, you have to make this thing, and then only you can connect it. So this is dedicated for this pixel surface, dedicated for RenderMan. But this node is not dedicated for anyone. This node is dedicated to every single render engine. That is why you have to create a terminal. So in this RenderMan, this is the thing we have here, BXDF, and you have got this little arrow in it. So now we have successfully got this SG node we have here. Now we need to have this pixel surface, and pixel surface is, you can get it from create menu. From create menu, from here, that you have this BXDF, and then only you have this pixel surface, right? So this is the shelf. There is a different story. But if you want to get this thing not from the shelf, from this create menu, so you have to go to RenderMan and BXDF, and then only you'll get this pixel surface. So you have all these nodes for RenderMan in this hypershade, in this create panel. Exactly here we have a different kind of node that will be having PSN, that means pixel RenderMan shading node. So this node is also common for every single render engine. Shading node is going to be same, but if you are using this RenderMan, it is pure RenderMan. If you are using this Arnold, it will be Arnold shading node. If it is V-Ray, then V-Ray shading node. So this is also a common. So keep in mind that this Katana software for every render engine. So this is, you can see that this is the create panel of RenderMan of this Hypershade, where you can create everything. So click on this, you'll have edit button and node type you have here. In this case, we need to have long list here. You can see every pixel nodes you'll be having here. So we have a filter like a search button, so you can have this surface. So you can see we have this px surface shader. So here we can type px surface mlt. So that means is what that we can understand that this node is px surface material. So just click on this, go to out and click on this. We'll have this shader assigned to network material means SG node, that exactly like this. Now here what I have to do, we have to click here texture. So here go to RenderMan, we have this px texture and drag and drop this here. So same thing is happening. So you have to have px texture. Where have you got it? You have got this from here, this list. The same thing you have to do. You can see here that I have told you all the nodes you'll be having here. So this is the px texture. So take texture, px texture. You can px texture. So this is how you can understand in a proper way that this is a px texture. And just simply click, and this is for red, green, blue RGB channel is going to be in this plus in this icon, and you can go for this color. So here we can have this px texture, px surface, and network material means double click on this. You can see that I can copy this to understand in a proper way. So you can have SG, so you can understand in a proper way. So this is px texture, px surface material, and px surface. Exactly if I have this in like this, and if I have 1 1 1, exactly same thing is happening there. There is no difference in it. So this is the thing you have to get the texture done, and just simply you have to get the texture. So you can see we have this file name, and then only you can browse this thing. And here we can take texture JPG and accept it, and you can see LL for local, so we have changed it. It is telling to you too. So now select it and click on this, and you'll have added that thing. Now we have, this is the shading group is added here. That means this is the final shader you have here. So that means is what, that double click on this, and you have right click and expand all of them, and then you have this pixel surface SG. This is the material name you have here. So now go to this tag here, click on this, and you have to add this here. Earlier it was pony mlt. So middle mouse, drag and drop here. You can see we have pixel surface, and here we have add a statement that is pony. Pony means this, that was right. So we have successfully added our px surface SG or network material node in here. So if I see this thing, right click and preview this one and go to 4, you can see a purple magenta kind of thing will be happening here, and this is what you are getting now. Now why you're getting this thing? Because of if I go to this px texture, you can see we have this is .jpg, and .jpg is not acceptable by this Katana software. So we have to make this .tex file format, which is native format for the RenderMan. So in this case you can go for this Maya, and then you can just simply click here and click, and this is a JPG, and open this one. Once you open this, it will automatically convert this thing into this TX format. Now it is done, and you can come here and browse this thing. Here we have TX file format. So this is .jpg.tex. JPG means 8-bit. So you can use this 8-bit option. There is no issue with that, but in Studio we are going to use this EXF file format. But now right click on this and go for live render for faster feedback. You can see that we have the texture is there. There is no more purple thing is there. Purple thing is coming because of that. If I come here, you can see this is no, that was JPG, and missing color is purple. That is why it is not understanding the texture, is assuming that there is no texture missing. That is what the purple color is coming. So in this case, that is very, very bright, but this is not that much bright because of we're using that 8-bit file format. So you have to use this linearize option. Click on this button and then go for this live render here once again. And now take a look of this thing, that how it is looking. Now see, we have lots more texture in it than before. So this is the right click, and you can see here that this is much more brighter. So you have to check this on whenever you are going to use this as a JPG image. And if I go to this one and take EXF file format, and TX file is going to change that thing into .tx file, and it is done. Now if I come here and change that thing into exa.tx, accept it, and now right click on this and click here, we have this linear of this one, because of we're in EXF file that is 32-bit, so we don't need any kind of linearization at all. So double click on this and preview this, and you get this preview here, and now you can see we are getting the texture. And the light is very bright in this case, so click on this and click on this, go to material, and this exposure is going to be to 0. And now let's see how it is looking. You can see the texture properly. This is how you can have a texture inside Katana by using RenderMan. And this is a simple 3-node setup you have to do for the texturing, exactly like what we do inside this Maya software. So hope you have liked it. Thanks a lot for watching.